Yes, sir, it's your boy Dubs Daily, and not much talking has to be done, man. You guys saw the title, you know what's going on. It's time to get to the process of removing this engine. Don't know how much I'm gonna get done in this video, to be honest. As you guys see, it's only part one. I know I'm not gonna be able to do it all today, but for starters, I'm just gonna pretty much start off removing all connections that I can, excluding probably like the coolant hoses, because I know that makes a lot of mess. I don't have certain things here that I would want to at least contain or like clean up the mess thoroughly. So I'm gonna try and avoid removing those right now. I know the engine's not gonna be pulled completely, although if I had all the tools and an engine crane and all that, then I probably would try and bang it out in this whole video, but that's not the case. I've seen other people manage to remove these engines in like the matter of a couple hours. Honestly, it doesn't really seem too bad because there's a lot of things that normally aren't in the way that would be in the way if the engine was in the front, like the brake booster, battery, a couple other reservoirs and whatnot. Like if you guys see, there's already honestly a lot of access. Like I have the intake hose removed so you can see everything a little bit better here, but like there's really not, like it doesn't seem too complicated is what I'm trying to say. But with this being my first time dealing with a mid-engine vehicle, I don't plan for this to be a how-to, although in some way it might end up being like that, because like this is again my first time dealing with the mid-engine car. I don't know how to do everything step by step like a lot of other people would, like a lot more experienced people with MR2s would, or just mid-engine vehicles on a whole. So pretty much as I go, I'll probably just update you guys on what I did, but I'm not gonna tell you beforehand and be like, this is how you do this, you know, because like I'm kind of just winging it. This is definitely a new platform for me, so yeah, I guess we're all gonna learn together. But anyways, that's enough yapping. What should I start with? Connections, wheels. Honestly, whatever, we'll figure it out.
What the hell? What the? Let me find out. I didn't even need to buy that, and I bought it. But I didn't even need. I wanted to start this about a week earlier, and I thought, oh, I saw this, so I'm like, shit, I'm gonna have to get a 12-point axle nut socket. This is just like a damn cap or cover. The axle nut is literally just a regular hex, so I'm kind of annoyed that, you know, I waited all this time when I could have started this process a lot earlier. This is annoying. I want to throw it, but I'm not gonna throw it. Fuck it. Thank God. You know what? I guess it's a good thing I actually bought the full set with the 12-point, because 12-point you can use on any hex axle nut, but these are actually 30 mil, and all I originally had, like the regular hex one, was a 32 and a 36 mil, and the set I got came with sizes from 29 to 39, I believe. So you know what? Maybe I'm not as mad anymore. You know what? I might as well remove the whole knuckle. Me being on all fours right now is crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Pause. Although you guys can't even see the bottom half, so whatever. What I think would be best for me to do is remove ball joint or control arm. Not the actual ball joint itself, but control arm. Get this out the way. Tie rod here. Remove that. Or just the part that connects to the knuckle. Axle, yes, has to come out, of course. I'm gonna remove the rear struts. What else? Or just disconnect from the knuckle at least. Then there's another arm here. Another control, no, trailing arm, control arm. Whatever, this has to get removed too. So I'm just gonna pull the whole knuckle because these brakes, they need to get changed eventually, but because I'm not driving the car, I might as well just take everything apart so I can have a lot more access to all that I want. So pretty much the whole knuckle assembly coming out, and I'm just gonna have everything else dangling, and then same thing on the other side. What kind of shit is this? It's a cap? It's not a cap? What kind of shit is this? As you can probably tell, I've never done the brakes on these yet, so I'm kind of confused as to what I'm looking at right now. This is a completely different setup, but you know what? I think I can actually get access to the caliper bracket bolts if I use my gun and an extension and a swivel. should be able to get at those bolts back there, so I can take the whole thing off, because I don't know how to take the caliper alone off right now. There's some weird thing up here. I'll probably show you guys after once I have it out, but yeah, it's pretty weird. So let me just start that shit. I'm not gonna lie to you, if it's not a hoist, I really don't like being under cars like this, because I've seen way too much shit where shit goes wrong. My voice kind of cracked there, didn't it? Okay, this wasn't even tight. That's crazy, bro. This shit wasn't even tight. These guys are trying to, yo, whoever last really worked on this shit is trying to kill me. There you go. Forgot I left my e-brake on, so that caliper was not coming off. But here you go. Oh, all right, tie rod out. Always keep your bolts and nuts together so you don't be losing shit. Why are these knots tight or tight enough? Maybe it's just me, I don't know. But this shit is all coming out too easy. Did kind of make my life easier. Okay, there you go. Just to show you guys quickly what I did. Here's all the hardware. Here's the two bottom bolts for the strut, the bottom of the coilover. Here's the two caliper bracket bolts. I ended up taking off the whole thing, caliper and bracket as one, because as I was mentioning, this weird design. I've never encountered this. Focus. I've never encountered this. Like normally there would be two caliper bolts. You can remove the two or the one and then swing the caliper up. But this has this thing that I've never seen before. So I'm like, fuck it. I'm not trying to tamper with all that right now. Let me just remove the caliper bracket bolts. Got those out. So that's out. Axles out of the hub. Just need to pry it out of the trans now. You guys also saw tie rod. I got that removed. That bolt nut is still connected to that side of the tie rod there. I was gonna leave it at that, and as you guys see, the whole knuckle is on the ground right now, and that's because I removed one last bolt that was holding it to the subframe, and what was this? Pretty much the lower control arm or the rear lower control arm bolt. I removed that from the subframe itself and managed to get this whole thing dropped, so that gives me a lot more access for when I'm ready to pry the axles or maybe do just any other work in this area. It gave me a lot more room instead of just having the axle sit there. Well, not the axle, sorry, having the whole knuckle sit there and kind of be in the way or something. So now moving on, honestly, to save these lines, I'm probably just gonna have to zip tie the bracket to the strut so that it's not just hanging off of the line itself. Honestly, I'll do that shortly, but let me show you guys the other side. Exact same thing over here, and then I'm gonna pry out the axles, and then I think for the most part, I'm actually kind of done the bottom end besides removing the subframe bolts. No, I lied. After coming under here, what I still have left to remove is actually the exhaust still. There's a mount there. I might honestly, should I try and remove the mount now, or I'll save that? I'll probably save it for later, dealing with the mounts, because there is still two mounts up top. And if I'm able to just remove the bottom mounts at least, then I could have it just supported by the two top mounts. And then I could start working up top and then disconnecting when I need to disconnect. But that's not all gonna be done in this video, to be honest. I'm probably just gonna try and get the exhaust off. I wanna try and deal with as much of the bottom end as I can. And then we will go from there. I see there's bolts here for a mount. You guys can see it right there. That's a mount there. There's one more mount back there, and then there should be one on the driver and passenger side from up top. So I'm gonna see what I can do, and I'll give you guys the update. Oh, this is actually bolted in. Kind of neat. Apparently these axles are bolted, but I don't see no bolts here. I don't see no bolts. Holy shit! Yo! Oh, I found the hole in the block. Oh shit.
Oh fuck, man. I gotta show you guys this shit. You see it? Yep. There it is. There it is. Damn. Well, all right, back to work. What?
Oh, I got it. No. Oh, I forgot to drain the trans. Oh, that's gonna be messy. Whoa. Ah, never mind. I lied. Oh, there's a lot.
Wanna say hi to the camera? Oh, my phone's dead. Smokey. Say hi. Say hi. Look, right there. Or not. Ooh, you're slobbing up my gear, bro. All right, get out of here. Go. All right. Either I broke the bolt, which I don't think I did because it's still being held up a little bit, or I just broke that rough ass spot that it was stuck in. Go forward. Yep. Okay. Now, just. Nigga, what kind of fruity jacks was that, bro?
I didn't know if you
Jack
wanted
it up,
me to
man.
clean it, bro.
What the hell was that?
Chill out, bro. I didn't know if you want me to jack the thing up, bro. What? That's not a pause either, bro. Don't look. That's not a. It's not a pause, bro. I made sure I said it in
Forward. It said it in what? Forward.
Oh,
Thank you.
keep going.
Oh, I fucking broke it. I knew it. Oh, I knew I broke it. Pass my pry bar. The black one.
Wait.
All right.
Is that the right one?
Yes. Right. Yeah, sir.
Oh, that's good, bro.
Shit.
I'm almost done.
All right. You know how to lower a jack?
Oh, yeah, you twist it.
Slowly.
Which way?
Use two hands, Jalen. Please just pause. Focus.
Which way?
Counterclockwise.
Bro, left or right?
Are you stupid?
Left.
You're stupid. Counterclockwise. You know? Are you stupid? So then you should thank you. You should know.
Oh.
It gets to a point where it feels like it's gonna stop, but then you keep going. Slowly.
Call me the counterclockwise guy. That's why I do this, bro.
Thank you. Nigga, I said slow.
I didn't even move it.
Probably not. Some people who probably pulled subframes on MR2s are probably cringing at how I did this, but it's out. If I had a torch, maybe it would have been better. Could have heated up the bolt. Actually, I did, but it would have taken way too long. But it is what it is. Car's gonna be sitting. I'll have time to figure out how to extract it. 3 bolts for the mount. Go into the trans right there. I'll show you guys after. These are the 2 long ass subframe bolts, and these are the other 2. This is a lot of thread stuck. Look at that. There's a lot of threads left in there. How am I gonna get it out? I don't know. I'm not too familiar with extracting both. Like, I've seen the process, but as far as doing it, like, I don't really remember. But I'll figure it out or get some help or whatever, just to learn, and then I'll be good. But yeah, these are 2 more subframe bolts. Whole subframe's out. Now I have a lot more access to the exhaust. I'm gonna try and pull the exhaust real quick, or at least portions of it, and then I'll cap the video off there, because that's pretty much majority or all of what I need to do underneath for the most part. I think there's probably one more mount, but for the most part, that's all I really need to do, I think. Maybe I really should have used a torch, because this isn't actually as bad. It's actually not as bad. Jalen! Can you stop the jack, please, from rolling?
It's not moving.
Oh, now it's not.
All right, so just to show you guys quickly before I end off this video, here's how it looks right now. Muffler gone, subframe gone, and I have a lot of access to everything else under the motor. Still dripping a little trans fluid. Hole underneath is oiled up as fuck. But you know what? This is progress. To show you guys all the bolts and shit now. I'll try and run through everything quickly because I actually do remember. There are the axles, of course. The two strut mount bolts that connect to the coil over, not strut mount, sorry. The bolts at the bottom of the strut that connect the coil over to the knuckle. These were 17s, I believe. I believe it was 17 nut end bolt. Caliper bracket bolts. These were no, these were 17s. Those were 19s. So strut bolts, 19s. Caliper bracket bolts, 17s. What else was there? These long ass bolts. These were the I think it was the control arm bolt that goes to the subframe. This was also a 17. And then same thing here. This is just passenger and driver side. Subframe, it was a bunch of 17 mil bolts. As I showed you guys here, there were the two long ones. And then here were 3 13 mils actually that bolted the mount to the subframe. Here's the other two. This is the one I was struggling to get out that sadly broke. I didn't even look underneath to see how it looks, but I'll do that tomorrow or another day. These were all muffler bolts, two of them being for the brackets more towards the rear end near the bumper, and then these two connecting the muffler pipe and also the, I think it was the flex pipe, because it is a pretty short exhaust. It goes straight from the flex pipe or mid pipe, whatever they call it on the MR2. These are all 14s though. Wait, I'm lying. 17, sorry. All 17s. These two were nut and bolt. These were the sway bar bolts or sway bar hardware that connected to the subframe. There is actually these two here that hold the other end of the bracket, but I just decided to remove the ones that were pretty much in my way and then bend the bracket up a little bit. It can be bent back, so when the time comes, that'll happen. But I just bent it upwards so that I can break the sway bar free, and that was pretty much holding up the rest of the subframe. But yeah, that is my progress for today. Subframe, axles, some other suspension shit. I didn't actually pull the coilovers, which I'm actually gonna do because I want to lube everything up and get everything moving smoothly when I want to adjust it. But yeah, muffler, and then there is still the flex pipe or mid pipe that I want to remove. But again, I will just continue from here in the next video. Still need to remove it from there, and then there's another mount on the other side that I want to disconnect so that it's pretty much just hanging on the top mounts, and then I'll work from the top. And honestly, I think it should be ready. Okay, it won't be ready to come out, but there's still, you know, connectors and coolant and all that shit. But yeah, when the time comes, we'll get to that. You guys know normally I do finish my videos when it's dark outside, but it's not too bad right now. It's not too bad. So, you know, this is a win today. As you guys know the vibes, man. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Follow me on Instagram, dubsdaily__. I stay posting things there all the time, a lot more than I am on YouTube. So if you want, you know, little small updates, hit up my Instagram, follow, you know, show some love. Also follow up my headlights page, Dubs Lights. I post all my headlight specific work there. I started it up. It's pretty fresh, so, you know, the follower count is pretty low, but you guys follow that. If you guys want any work done, you guys hit me up and, you know, we'll cook something up. And yeah, stay tuned. This is just part 1 to the removal, and then there's, you know, gonna be multiple other parts, and then the swap, and then turbo. There's a whole lot to go, but y'all just, you know, stay along on this journey with me. All right, stay tuned. I'm out.